welcome to the Red Bull Sound Space at AMP Radio, and thank you to everybody watching. I know we have people tuned in from all over the world. This is pretty exciting. I'm Michelle, and these guys, I know you're all huge fans, obviously, standing right here. They're so amazing live. They're going to perform for you today, but first we're going to talk. We're going to catch up a little bit, so let's welcome to our stage OneRepublic. Hey guys, it's a little bit of a maze. Hello, hello. Yes! This is how you know it's going to be a great show, by the way, when they've brought all this. I'm really stoked. How are you guys doing?
Fantastic.
Fantastic. Yeah? We have some questions that I grabbed from Twitter because we have people from all over the world that were so excited about you guys being here. So tell me, like, what's been going on? I know new music. Can we talk about a new album?
Yeah, we have a new album coming very, very early autumn. So if you do the math, that means it's coming in the next couple months. And then we are, what have we been doing? We've been bouncing all over the world. Just doing, kind of setting it up and doing promo and recording along the way. So like we finished the kickoff, the jump-off single for the album, which should come, well, in some countries it'll come in August. In the US, I think it'll be more like September or October, because our songs take forever here to do what they do. So, but we just finished the video in Mexico City. Anybody here know where Mexico is? Okay. Cool. Bien. And we did a video, a couple of videos. We did a crazy VR video, and we did a secondary video as well. And then we were recording in Australia, all over Europe. Some of the album was done in South America. You name it, just kind of everywhere. I mean, we've been recording off and on for 18 months, and I stopped working with most any other artists during that time period too. So that was a new experience, and now here we are, and we're ready to go crazy.
So I just saw you guys last month in New York, and you were saying that you like to have every song sound completely different. And what's to come from the album as far as sounds and different things you've tried, different influences?
Yeah. Well, we're lucky in that the way that we broke was a really ass-backwards way to break as a band. We started as a more alternative rock band, and then when Apologize got remixed, it changed, it kind of inadvertently flipped the script on us, so it changed our sound, because all of a sudden you have the #1 song everywhere in the world, but it doesn't really sound like what you wanted. So we kind of rolled with that. Thought, right, well, there goes the sound that was the sound of the band. I mean, we had a sound, and then it kind of dissipated into that. And then between Apologize and Stop and Stare, it kind of cleared the map for us to just do whatever. So we kind of like it because we don't have any borders as a band. We've always been a playlist style band. From one song to another, they don't all make sense together. You know, like Secrets doesn't sound anything like Counting Stars, which doesn't really sound a hell of a lot like If I Lose Myself. So we kind of went song by song, and we focused on outside the US first. And the goal was, we knew that if we cracked globally, that the US would kind of come along eventually, and it's a lot harder to do it the other way. So that was kind of our game plan from day one. So all the songs are different. We get very bored very quickly, and I work with so many different artists that it influences what I do, and therefore, like, Brent and I did a lot of this album together. I'll come back from working with Ed Sheeran or Adele, and I'll be like, we should do something that feels kind of like this, not copying them, but more, you can't help but, you know, reflect people that you're around. So this album is a playlist.
What artist do you have your eye on right now that you think is doing it differently or cool, or somebody you're just really like think has a promising future?
Promising future. I think there's a couple artists out there right now. I think as far as new artists go, I'm not gonna say what he's doing is like wildly different, but he's just doing it very well. I think James Bay is doing a great job at what he's doing. I think that 21 Pilots are doing a great job at what they're doing. And they're obviously having their moment. I love the Chainsmokers. So as far as like, yeah. So Chainsmokers, and I've gotten to know those two guys over the last few months, and we're actually going to get in the studio together in the next 6 weeks or so. And then I'm in the studio with Stevie Wonder later today. So
Really?
I had to say it.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's a little self-aggrandizing, but working on a song for a film, and so I'm still kind of freaking out over that.
Yeah, that's.
And
beyond
it's
huge.
with another huge pop artist. It's a collab. It's a song I wrote with a guy named Benny Blanco, and with Stevie, and then another really big person that everybody in this room knows. I can't say who the other
That
person
rhymes
is.
with.
That rhymes with secret.
I tried. I
Yeah.
tried.
Yeah.
All right. Well, like I said, I grabbed some questions from some of your biggest fans. Some of them hard-hitting and some of them not. So you guys feel free to chime in. Laura wants to know, are you still in the process of making the album, or are you completely finished?
Still in the process. We will work up to, like every other album, we'll work up to the day that, there's a date that iTunes gives you, and it changes, but like, let's say your album's coming out January 10th, or that's a bad date to pick. Let's say March 1st. Say your album's coming out March 1st. Then iTunes basically will give you a day, unless you're Rihanna, and in which case they're just like, just get it to us when you get it to us. But unless you're Rihanna, you have a date that they will set, and it's like 3 weeks before the actual album. So I will work up until that day, and this album has like, as of now, it has like 14, 15 songs on it. So it's for us, it's a big album, and so to get it all done is gonna be, I'll work up until literally midnight of that day. What's it called? Yeah. LP4. I wish I could say, we figured out this really interesting thing, new technology, just a new way to get the album out, a new way to reveal the name of the album. It's super interactive, and so if I spill the beans, it kind of pulls the rug out from under that. But in the next couple weeks, you'll know the name of the single, you'll know the album. It's coming all the information's coming very soon.
So be surprised. Don't
Yes.
ruin it totally. So a lot of people ask this question. I grabbed it from Claire first. She wants to know, when can we expect an American tour?
Well, I mean, yeah, for sure. I mean, there will be multiple American tours and in other territories as well. It all jumps off in early 2017, like all the touring and all that stuff. Yeah.
And then when you have downtime, what is it that you guys like to do?
Write songs.
That's it. What about when you're here in LA in particular, other than working with Stevie Wonder?
Okay,
Like, what's something fun you like to do? In your
Other than writing songs in LA, Brent goes whitewater rafting a lot. Believe it or not, he does that a ton. He whitewater rafts up like in Northern California and Washington. I like to pastimes. I mean, I like to do normal human stuff. I like to go to movies and dinners and go to the Grove, and like I like to I go for runs. Like I love running through LA.
What's your favorite restaurant? The one thing you have to have.
Favorite restaurant in LA? Oh man, that's hard. Right now it changes because there's so many good restaurants in LA. Obviously, there's great sushi spots everywhere. Sushi Park is amazing, and Nobu's always amazing. But for Italian food lately, E Baldi has been my jam.
Oh yeah?
Have you been there?
No.
It's insane. It's absolutely bonkers. Yeah, you have to go. It's the letter E, and then BALDI, and you have to go to that place. It's crazy.
Right.
So that's my favorite. And then I also love Father's Office down in Santa Monica.
Yeah, it's a good spot
It's
too.
like crazy. Yeah.
Lorraine wants to know, where and what is the fanciest hotel you guys have ever stayed in?
That is a damn good question. Oh, you know what? Portugal.
Portugal.
That's what you said, right? You just said Dubai.
Dubai, possibly.
Yeah, maybe Dubai. I mean, Dubai. We stayed at. We stayed at. It's no. I know what it is.
Where?
Milan, Bulgari, hands down. Yeah. So Bulgari that makes the jewelry. You didn't think? Oh, I love that hotel. You're crazy. You didn't think that was the fanciest?
What do you think?
Okay, it was fancy. Like, for sure it was fancy. It was just like, it was like the inside of a jewelry store. And it was really,
Yeah. Well, that's what I said. It was the fanciest. She's not saying the best. She said the fanciest.
the fanciest. It was really uncomfortable, for the record.
Yeah.
Don't stay there.
Yeah. Yeah, Bulgari makes jewelry, and then they have like 2 hotels. They're opening one in LA, actually, and the one that's in, or 3, and the one that's there is crazy. The one in Dubai, the Armani Hotel, is also super bonkers. We've kind of stayed at like 4 or 5 places that are all, the Ritz-Carlton Moscow on next to the Kremlin. I mean, that's bonkers. And then the Peshtana Palace. I think that's the fanciest. I actually think that is hands down the fanciest hotel. It's called Peshtana Palace in Lisbon, and it's the King of Portugal's palace that they turned into a hotel, and it's Madonna's favorite hotel in the world, FYI. So if you care about
Run into her.
we all know how fancy she is.
Right? Okay, couple of more here. I love this question from Mel. She wants to know how your fandom should be called. It's a huge dilemma to them. They don't know what to call themselves.
So the issue is this.
Okay.
The easiest thing to do would be to call them, and I know that a lot of people, some of the names, like fandom names, I don't particularly, I think they're cheesy. A lot of them are very cheesy of different artists. I won't name them because I'll get ripped apart on Twitter. But like if you take, I'll just say this, if you take your name and turn it into something cutesy, like I don't like that. So for us, the obvious thing would be Republicans, but we can't do that for obvious reasons. Yeah, I'm not a Republican, and I have nothing against them. Half my family is, but that would be the easiest thing. I mean, you've got, what do people, they call the 1R army, I think is what they call online. The 1R army is kind of soldiers, 1R soldiers. Soldiers is kind of dope. 1R soldiers. I kind of like that. 1R soldiers. I like that. There you go. 1R soldiers. Don't tell ISIS. Yeah. Ooh, someone else we can attack.
Okay, and one more. This was from Natasha. She says,
Keeping it light.
to Ryan, you said in an interview this might be OneRepublic's last album. Is that true?
That is bullshit. I never said that. Who said that? I didn't say that.
Okay. Natasha, Ryan did not say that.
Natasha, I don't know where you're from, but no. I did not say that.
Okay, that's good news, right? That's the good news of the day. The better news is you guys are about to perform for us right here.
Yes.
And for all of you guys here in the Red Bull sound space, I'm going to slink past you and exit. You guys, let's do this. It's OneRepublic.